Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will recreate this one here. This one was normally planned for the weekend, so for next weekend. I can do this tutorial soon because he would need it for a project and he want to know how to do something like this. The project file is on Patreon already for download, but this Patreon he wants to show it because it does not really understand how something works with what and so yeah, of course it's a Patreon, and so we will do this tutorial now. Uh, and the next thing, normally I wanted to make a Patreon tutorial out of it, but I decided to make it for free for everyone. But I will do it without the shading. So, but because the shading here is really very easy, and as I said, you can download the project file from Patreon. If you need a physical render version of this, please let me know. If you're Patreon, so let me know on the Patreon in the comments. And if you want a physical render version of it, so I will upload one. But this is really easy to shade. So here we have just two metal materials, and here I used the tile material and made it just a little rough so that it looks like a cloth. You see, it's a little dented here, so that should look like uh, as close, yeah, as a soft cloth. Okay, let's start with this. So we start with three cylinder, and I start in front view here. Let's make the cylinder pointing to plus C. Radius, okay, the height. In the original one I used 40. Let's put 40 in here as well. The rest could stay like this. So then we need another one. So I hold my control key and drag this one onto the side. With the control key I copy it. And I also hold my shift key to move it in increments. So go 300 to the side. Then again, control key and drag it to the other side, 300, so that means 600 in this case. And we have three cylinder. And to make this whole thing a little easier, I will color them. So make three materials. This is just a normal standard material, nothing special. I need just a color. So I go here, make one red color here, put it on the cylinder here, name the cylinder R for cylinder red. Then they can copy this material, go to green, and this one, name it cylinder green, search. You don't have to do this, but it's much easier to find everything you need later. So. And a blue one. So we have a nice RGB cylinders here. B and blue. So I want to see them here as well, so I go to display. Row shading with lines, fine. Okay, now we have this. Let's save this. And I save it as, how did I call this, the original one? I called it playing with constraints. Okay, playing with constraints tutorial. Good. So now we need this middle one, the red one, moving up and down here. This moving into this side and here, and the red, the blue one, the left and back. So, but this one, the red and the blue, is easy. We take it and just go from one end to the other. Here we have to start in the middle, then we go up, down, and back to the center. So let's start with the red one. I make a keyframe on the y-axis here, point, and drag, and now I go to frame. Let's make 100 frames here. That's enough. So then I go to frame 25 and go up to 300. Then make a keyframe point. Good. Then I go to frame 75, down to minus 300. So I drag it down to minus 300, you see, keyframe. And on frame 100, back to 0. And keyframe. So now we have this breathtaking animation here. But I don't want it linear, I want a smooth transitions as so the ease. So let's go back and let's see in the curve here. So we have here the FF curve model. You see we have here a linear curve and I want this soft. So I go to this ease here and you see here is I have by default in my project defaults are a linear spline. I think the normal default, the original default is by a smooth spline. So maybe you don't have to do this. We cannot remember. But if you have a linear spline, just click it so that it looks like this here. Good. But this is not exactly what we want because when I play now, you see this. This looks good until we come to the end. It stops and then it starts again. And this is not. I don't want to stop here in between. So to change this is very easy. I select this one point here and simply drag this tangent up here so that we have it along the curve here. The same I do on the other side here. So along the curve. And when we hit this now, when we hit play, we should get at the end a smooth movement. Yeah. You see a little stuttering here, but this is just in the Hubert here because it goes back. In the render you don't see this. Good, this is done. The next animation we need is, let's make the green one up to here and back. So go to the green one, make a keyframe in the x-axis this time. So keyframe. And I want 50 frames to the other side and then goes back. So we have the 100 frames. Go to frame 50 and drag it until here 600. Nice. Boing. Done. That, and the other we do is the blue cylinder here. On frame 0, we make a keyframe on 300. Then we go to frame 50. Whoops. And put it here to minus 300. Touch. Okay. So we have now this interesting thing here. Good. For the green and the blue one, we have to do something. We go into the timeline. The blue one and the green one, we set the animation what it try to do after it's finished. So at frame 50, it simply should oscillate, so it goes back. Okay, and here the curve as well. We want a smooth curve. In this case, we don't have to do anything. We have here linear curve. I simply click on smooth or on ease, and this is done. You see, I have both selected, so it should look quite nice now. So, whoop, whoop. Exactly what we need. Looks already mesmerizing somehow. Good. Save it. Now we go in. We can make our connects here. Yes, okay. Later we do here something to bring out this. Now, first, what's important so that they don't touch each other. We have to offset the cylinder. So let's stick here. I want to see the 3D as well. I have to put the green one. I put the green one 40 in this direction here. 40 because we have 40 height of the cylinder. And the blue one 40 in the other direction. So that still works, but No worries, the red moves, but we don't see it because we just look from above. So, and now we would need some holders here, so some things to come in with the. We can do this later. Let's first do uh, the linkage. So, good. For the red one, I make a duplicate. So I control drag it down and have a copy. Don't forget, in this copy, we don't need this keyframe. Don't forget to delete it, because this one we use as a linkage here, and this would then go up with this one, and but double the speed, and so this is not what we need. So delete here the keyframe. I drag it out 40 here and make the radius smaller. Let's make the radius, say, 15. 15 could be a good number. Okay, on the other side we need one as well. We can them under the cylinder here, under the red cylinder, so that it moves with the red cylinder. And here in this case, if we would have this keyframe still in here, it would go up or down the double the speed, so this wouldn't work. But in this case, we need the second one. Which one, it doesn't matter, so here and bring it down. Delete, it should be fine, okay. And this should now go with, yeah, perfect. Good. So, and here I bring out some cylinders or something else, but don't need a cylinder here, I can put it out of this one here. So I make both of them editable, but before I edit them, I can do some less segments here. That way it looks fine. Good. Take this and make this two editable. So C on the keyboard. Because I want to model out this cylinder here, so that's the reason I need it editable. Now I select both and go in point mode. So for me, it is the number one on the keyboard, but otherwise you have your point edge and polygon mode. And I select this point here, and I select on the other side this point here, so where it comes out. And now MS for bevel, MS, and I bevel this out. So something like, let's say the 7 could be a good number here. But make it 5, so we have a 5 mm here. And 5 is okay, so that we don't have too thick linkages. So I want one subdivision here, and I want to go in the other direction that it goes. So it looks like a hole now. Looks fine. Good, we are happy with this. And now I select in polygon mode, I select these polygons here, and I select also these polygons here. Go in front modes and D for extrude, and I simply extrude them. You see, we get these two guys. But you see, that does not look correct because this was not totally flat here. So go back here. So what I do instead of extrude, I select just one of these. Yeah. Hold my control key and drag it to the side. Now it works perfect. And I hold my shift key, so let's say 250 that it intersects with this. And I do the same on the other side. Select this guy here and drag it out to 250. Control key, drag it out, shift key 250. Perfect. Nice. Now we have this linkage. Later we do here something where it goes in. But first let's make the, well, let's make this now. Here we could model this as well. We could use, we could take this point, make the same again and bring it out. Should we do it like this? Or should I show other thing how you could make this. I'll show you a different thing how you can, so we learn a little more. We can model with spool. So if we have so small things, we don't need to use the volume builder. Volume builder is great, no question about it. But sometimes we don't need it really. So we can work with a spool as well. So I go to my green guy here. The next thing I need, I copy this screen. So R for rotation and rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. E for the move tool and I move it. Don't know how far, let's see, this would be nice. We have, now we go here to 10 or so is this radius. 10 should be fine. We have here 5 and come out there, 10 should work. We don't need as many. We can make it a little bigger as well. Let's see, 15. It looks maybe a little nicer. Okay, and now I put this whole thing together in a pool. So I select this guy here. I hold the control key with the G selected and click on pool. So now the pool is an parent. Bring this inside and normally in default it subtracts. I don't want to subtract. I want to make it union and I want to say here create a single object. So it's one object now. And now I simply remesh this. We could give this green cylinder here some more segments, let's say 24 or so. Okay. And now I go to the pool. This is the create single object is important now for the remeshing. And I bring it in a remesher. You see what we get, which nice thing we get here. Perfect. So, but this is not so perfect. I can make it in the z-axis. I can symmetrize it in the z-axis, and we could symmetrize it in the z-axis and in the y-axis as well. Now we have a boost here going. If we want to, we can put give it the shading. And give it some 200. Yeah, that looks great. This is a really great mesh here. Wonderful. And we take this. You can go to the remesher and simply current state to object. I have it here, you know it. Meanwhile, right click, current state to object. I have the remesher dot green. Yeah. Bring the green down here. And don't forget, we need now here the movement for this guy here. So let's see, the axis should be in the middle here, in the center. Yeah, that's the because we have made the bool on this. So this is important. So because now we can take the movement from here, from the P, right click, copy track, and go to here, animation, paste track. So now it's done, and we can simply we could delete it or so we can clear this track with Control and Shift hold and then click on it so the keyframes are deleted. So this should now run. Yeah. Of course it's not linked now, but it works. The one thing we have to do here is now on remesh G, we have to go in here, remesh G and set it again to oscillate. Now it should go back as well. Yeah. No, we don't have to do the whole bool thing again. We just copy this remesh G here, name it remesh B for blue. We delete this keyframe here and bring the blue material on it. So, and we go to the blue cylinder here, bring the remesh B under it as a child, and I do this because now I simply say reset transform. So it comes to the center of the parent. So that means it goes exactly to here where I need it. So that means I can bring this out again. I can hide this, we don't need it. See, the only thing is we have it in the wrong direction, but this is no problem. After rotation, rotate it 90 degrees, 180 degrees here. Done. But I want the axis at 0, so I go to the B. You see the axis here is at 180. So I go in axis mode. This shortcut is L, or you use here the axis mode and simply bring it here to 0. Okay, that's it. Done. Again, we have to make the copy, animation copy, drag, copy, drag, oops, paste, drag. Done. So, and this should work. Let's see. Yeah, the oscillate we need. So the rematch B, oscillate. Done. Save it. So we don't need this anymore. We have to remesh once. Perfect. But now we need a hole inside here, so go to the green one. And maybe we can do it on both together. Select both in the polygon mode. UN for a form selection, so that means select everything in this form. So I select this one and go to the other side, hold the control key, the shift key because I want to add this selection. So, and now I for inner extrude and I drag the mouse. Drag to the inside. Okay, something like that. It's fine. And now when I should not delete, I should delete this polygon. Let's see if it works. Yep. See? Nice. On the other side they are deleted as well. And here I simply now go to UL in edge mode. Select this edges on the line. T for scale and scale them down until I come close to the fingers or something like that here. Should work fine. Let's hold the shift key so I see it on 50%, 45%. Let's go 50%. Okay. Then E for the move tool. Hold the control key and simply drag the edges to the inside. Now it looks like we would have a solid thing here. Nice. On the other side we do the same. UL for the edge selection. T for scale, scale it down to 50%. Fine. E for the move tool, control key, and come in. So, wonderful. Now we can put these two guys in a null. So I make a null. And drag these two remeshes inside. I do this because so I need just one bevel. Otherwise, I would have to make for each of them a bevel, and so I can use just one bevel. Under the null, as a child, I bring in a bevel deformer. And say the bevel deformer, please be a solid one. So you see, we have some problems here. But I think we can fix this when we go into this bevel deformer. Edges, and we need, sorry, right here, where is it? Topology to uniform. Now it's fixed. And we do this bevel because now when we put this in a subdivision surface, we get a wonderful mesh here. Look at LA, we have a wonderful model here. It's does not, cannot be better. Good, and of course it should work on the other side as well. So with the bevel and everything, because we have everything in one line, here is exactly the same. So we can disable this for the moment, save it. Everything should still work. Yes. Okay. Here, this one, but this slides in the middle here to go up and down. This we can make a little later. Make now the. We could do it here, maybe the same with the bool. So, but let's make the linking. This is the interesting one, I think. Okay, this indeed to see this. So now we need, when this goes up, we need that this one and the other one, this one should always look in this direction to the green one, and the other one on this side to the blue one. So how to do this? We go to this, yeah, small one here, the linkage. I don't know how to call it. Anyway, let's call it linkage. And I give this a constraint tag. Right click, rigging, and constraint. And I want an aim here. So it should aim to the green guy here. So to the green remesh. You see now we have it easy because we know this is the green remesh, green, 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 green. So let's see what it does. Okay, that looks not quite right. So we have to change the axis here. Go with the axis to plus x, wrong, minus x. Minus x is correct. And this should now look always to this green guy here. It does. But the green guy should also look always to this guy. So let's do this. We can bring on the green guy a constraint tag. Constraint. Aim. And please aim to the red small guy here. This was the R1, I think. Yeah, it was the R1. So let's go to the green guy here. Look to the R1 here. And X plus. Okay. Means we have it. See, always looks to this guy here. Save. And then the same we do with the blue one and this guy here. So we bring on R, this is the R, okay. We simply copy this guy here over. No idea. And this should point to not G, we need remesh B here. And here we need plus 6, so that works. And the blue one we can copy over this guy here. And please, don't look R1, you look at R and minus X. That's all. Save. And when we scrub through, we have this great animation here. I thought about to do this with connectors, but I tried it, but it was it's much easier this way, so we don't need connectors and nothing. So save this. This is the whole thing, and now let's make. Yeah, we need a slide thing, and on the other side as well. So let's do this. Oops. We could make simply another cylinder. So this is the green guy here, and I select this green guy and make a new cylinder and hold my shift key so the cylinder gets a parent. That means it goes exactly the same center axis as the green guy. This is the only reason I do this here. So I name this slider G. It does really not matter how you name it. You must know what to do with it. So and then I want this in. Let's make it so something like this at 15. 15 is maybe a little thick. Let's make it 10 here. And 400 so that we have this 100. We have the same length as this thing is. I go to top and bring it out here. So I hold my shift key to drag it out and let's say 40 centimeter, we have everything 40. Let's make this 40 as well. Here again we need something to, we could do this again with a bool here. So I rotate this guy here. Oops. Make a copy and rotate. So copy, rotate. Yes, 90 degrees. In this case 270 degrees. I want 90 degrees, so I'll go the other direction. Okay. This height of 25. E for the move tool, go up here. Oh, this is not correct, you see. 90. Oh, it's correct. And I drag this down. Go to here in the middle. Let's make it 20. Oop, 20. The coordinates, you see, it's 70, so that we have, oops, minus 70. That is exactly here, and it ends exactly here. Huh? That's it. Let's go inside and this, yeah. Perfect. Good. See, now we could put this in a volume measure, but this, as I said, to use a volume measure for such a small thing is overkill more than less. So let's put this in a bool and bring it together. So bool uniform, you see it cuts it out at the moment. So union create single object and then remesh the bool. 200 here. We can go the adaptiveness to 0. Bring this to shading. And we can make this in the x-axis the same, yeah. And the z-axis, not the y-axis. No, x-axis is enough. Yeah, that looks not bad. This looks okay for me. Maybe let's give it 300. No, 200 was enough. Let's go to the shading again. Auto. No, this is ugly. This is much better. No. No, is this. Okay. Yeah. The only thing I miss here is a phone tag. Because as you see, we don't have a phone here somewhere, but on the bool and on the remesh. But that doesn't matter. So we can use this. So let's make current state object. I keep it for now. Maybe we need it again, but I don't think so. So this is the slider G. Let's put on a green material, copy over this material here. And the slider G. We need a bool data, of course, to make this edit, but for now it's okay. Because we need the second one as well. So we will make it slider B. save, blue material, and again I go to the blue guy here, to the remesh blue, drag it as a child, reset, transform, bring it out again, have it here, simply rotate it, R for rotation, 1, 8 degrees, E for the move tool, so, and I move it out, and I'm top of it. Done. So now we can put these two sliders in the null again, so I use one bevel. Slider, save, copy out this bevel here. And I should have a nice bevel around here. But you see, so when we have here a problem now, we have here edges. I don't want it because this is enough for our bevel, don't need here the edges. Here we have an edge where it shouldn't be, so I simply go to my bevel and I have here use angle selected and make the threshold just a little bigger. Almost 90 degrees, so let's say 80. Here we have another one. Let's say 98. Now it's away, but here we have the 90 degrees angle, so this is important. Just gives us these three edges. This one here, this, and on the other side. So when I put this in a subdivision surface, it should work okay. It works wonderful. But we have these edges here, so let's go to the two guys here, to the two slider, and give them a form tag. This is under the render text normally. Let's see if I'm right. Render tag. No. Then under material tag. No. Modeling tag. Yes. Whoops. 40 degrees should be fine. Now this works. Now it looks much smoother. Let's see if can I disable the form tag? Well, I can say here 0. When I go to 0, you see this whole polygons. And when I go to 40, it smoothes out. Save. And now, because I don't want this, I go again to these two guys and I need a hole in here. We can do here the same again. I put this in the polygon mode. UN for the phone selection. I select this one. I select this one. Don't forget the other one. Select this one. And select this one. I for inner extrude. Wing. So something like here. And now I don't delete this polygon, I just say D for extrude. And I extrude it to the inside, so it doesn't matter. And if this does not look okay later, simply make this a little smaller. We can now delete the polygons inside. Then we can change this radius whenever we want. Yeah, let's delete the polygons here. We don't see it, so it doesn't matter. Good. Here it should have the same. Perfect. When I do now 4 and go back, you see the bevel works now on these edges here as well, because we have this almost 90 degrees. So we have this wonderful smooth roundness here. Yeah, so we do a little modeling in this tutorial. But normally the modeling is, since the volume builder is almost obsolete. So let's see how this looks like when we bring this. Good, that stays, and it stays, and stays, and stays. Good, we need this green one coupled to this one. So go to the green one, give it a restriction, constraint tag. Rigging constraint. This is the reason that this tutorial is named Fun with Constraints. Also, the constraint, and this should be just a parent constraint. So parent, and in the parent, I just want to follow the position of the rotation. So, and I want the green, I want to follow the position of this guy. Let's see what it does. That looks not quite correct. The reason is, yeah, use frozen. Disable this, use frozen. And this works. And the same we do on the blue one. We simply copy over the constraint here, copy, whoops, and bring the blue remesher in here. And that should work as well. So everything works here. It's much easier than with connectors. So the next step, we need here a, first of all, here we need, of course, a bool or something. We should make here, we have lots of triangles here. I don't want triangles here. On the inside it doesn't matter because we don't see it. Here I don't want it, so but because it can make problems with the shading. Let's go to the R1 here and go to the point mode. Point mode. I can do it on both at the same time. Point mode. Select this point here and select the point on the other side. MS for bevel. Bevel this out, but I don't want any subdivision. So I have now this here, and now KK is the knife tool. Just a single line here, and I make here some cuts. Cut here, cut here, so that I get quads here. Now I have just quads here. That's enough. Just one quads here. I could show it on the other side. So let's see. Okay, we could do here something like 9 and delete this polygon. MD for close polygon hole. Go to grid here and zack. I have quads as well. So I left it so like this, so we have two different approaches. Good, and here we use the bevel as well. So we have these two guys here under this one. Let's see if the bevel works if I put it as well as a child. Yeah, I'm not sure if this works with an object as well, not just a line. But we will see. I can copy over this. Well, it seems to work. We have the bevel here, we have the bevel here. But I want the bevel here as well, so we have to go down with the angles here. I see a nice bevel here. Here we have the same, no, it should be the same, it's exactly the same object. Inside we don't see it, so this doesn't matter. We could delete inside the polygons on top, but so that we don't smooth it out, so let's show what I mean. We have now this closed thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter because we have the bevel on it, so this subdivision surface should work on this as well. So look, the bevel now works on this one as well. This is interesting. Yeah, of course, because it's a child of this, it works as a child or inside of the hierarchy. It's nice, but now we have triangles here, so let's for a moment delete this together. I think I'll leave it like this with the triangles because I don't want to make here the. I would have to make it the movement here again. Or no, when I hit simply C here. So when I hit C on the keyboard, it keeps it. Okay, it keeps my. That's fine. So we can make it the same with triangles. I make it my way here, so or no, I make it easier. So make the easy part. Polygon mode 9. So 9 is like this one. So UN, I could use UN as well. So for the delete this polygons. And MD grid mode should be fine. Close it. Close it. And there's just dots. And now when I we have all the bevels here. When I bring these two guys in, and we put everything in a subdivision surface here, should everything work. And it works everywhere, which is nice. We have even here the nice thing. It looks somehow weird, but it should be okay. Yeah, we have here. Yeah, the bevel works. This is okay. Ah, I know what we have here. The problem uh, we have polygons. So we have n-gons here. We have to make quads out of this. So here a cut to here, and here a cut to here. But this is easy to do. So let's go to R1. In this case, let's go in polygon mode. I select this polygon, these n-gons here, and right click. I think in A or in E. Go to the n-gons and UE. Remove n-gons. See? Same we do on the other side. Whoops, whoops, whoops. UE, remove n-gons. And now when we hit that looks much better. This is much better. Okay. So everything. Let's see if everything still works. I miss you something. This guy here. Let's see. Everything should still work fine. Okay. Now we need this middle part here. So let's go to this. Let's make again a cylinder. We are here in the center, so I can make a cylinder wherever I want. In the middle of the scene, we used 15 here. 15. 200 maybe. 150 looks better. Maybe make it a little smaller. Okay. And again, we play with the bool, so we don't need as many polygons. So this is the red guy. So put this in here. And let's make it 12%. Okay. Then bring it in the bool. Bool. Bring this cylinder in here. Oops. Union. One object. And now it's a little tricky because we have everything under. You know, bring this this guy for nice guys for the moment and bring it out of this hierarchy here, just for the moment. So I have just this in the pool. And then now let's copy this movement here. Copy track. So for later, because when I make the boolean editable later, so I have to put it the movement new. So then we put this in a remesher. That looks nice. So the remesher I want here nothing from you. I want more from you. 300. Look at this nice thing. Works great the remesher when I go to show you this code. And we can use each of them normally. Why it looks so ugly, it should look even better. See the object, yes, it's on. Outer. And maybe even, yeah, it wants a little bit. Now it looks great. Okay. Make the remesher editable, so we have the cylinder R. Make it just current state to object for now, so I don't lose this guy here. For now, bring all the guys back. See, the bevel comes back, everything comes back. And now I copied before the coordinates here. Paste drag. Make it red. And let's see if it still works. Yep. At this moment I realized that I did not have my microphone on my t-shirt. Normally I have such a lavalier or lavalier, don't know what it's but this is somewhere on the side. I did the whole tutorial with this. I'm so sorry. I hope I can make this the sound better in the post work. But this must sound terrible. But I will if it's not okay. I do it again this tutorial. But I hope so that it's okay. It's a very cheap microphone, but it's a surprisingly good microphone. So I I hope it works. So it could work. So, anyways, this is done. The next step is make some holes in here. So go to the remesh here. So I can delete this remesh. I know now everything works. I select the polygons here. No, first I remesh. No problem. I will select these polygons here. Select it on the other side. I for inner extrudes. For in, and I delete these polygons here. Okay. Then UL for loop selection, but in edge mode. E for the move tool, hold the control key to drag it up. Same on the other side. I could have done this with symmetry object as well. So with the symmetry, U is the modeling symmetry, but this is not. It's not necessary. This is not a lot to do. So this. Now we still should have everything we want with bevel. Yeah, everything works perfect. So we need now. Now we need a circle around this whole thing. So let's see. This is okay. Now go to this mode and let's create a tube. Tube. So see, and let's see how big we go. So this looks good. 420, and the inner 400 maybe. Yeah, that looks not bad. A little thicker, 380. Okay, and of course more segments here. 100 looks nice. Okay. The next step is we need here a cylinder. This is quite complicated thing to make a cylinder. Right? See, yeah, look, we had a good eye, and make this a little bit bigger. Oops. So that it intersects here. 800. Then we need this other thing, the slide. It's got a top here. We have 420, so this should be 800 as well. We have 420 out, in the inside 380, so that's 400. Good, let's put the cylinder down here, and let's make a rectangle. That is the number, so it should be 800. Yeah, should be now in the middle of this guy. Here we go down so that we fit here the middle of this 160. Okay, perfect. Then we need some roundness here. Boink, but this is too much. So let's make 25. Looks fine. Okay, great. The next step is make a sweep out of this. So we make a small circle with 5 radius. Yeah, we don't need a lot of subdivisions here. We need down here, so the circle in a sweep. The rectangle is the path, and we have our thing here, and this should be exactly inside. Okay, so we can go with this a little to the inside. So where is the blue slider? Here is the blue slider. Edge mode. UL. And I select this edge and the other one. Hold the shift key, select. Now T for scale. And now you just scale in 2 directions. So we just scale in the Y direction and in the Z direction. Not in the X direction, because then they come closer together. And you see here we have this funny guy here. This is one way to see it. It lights up the 2 axes. Or another way is, if you sometimes don't see it or you cannot reach it, you can use the edge you don't need and hold the shift key. Then you see now the other 2 are selected. So, and now simply here 80%. We remember this for the other side. So you edit edge mode. Here and T for scale. Just these 2 axes. Hold my shift key and we said 80%. Okay, fine. That should work. These are the sliders. Let's see. Looks perfect. So I disable all the enable it. Here I have a small script, the toggle subdivision. Patrons can download this from my Patreon thing, but I still have a small thing inside here. If one is selected, it makes the opposite. So disable this now. Everything is deselected. Everything is on, off, on, off. Okay. Save. I have to write it a little so that if one is selected, it should realize that one is already subdivided. But it's version 1. Good, we have this, and this should work. It's almost a little close to here. Huh? Yeah. Let's make the let's make it a little bigger. Let's go here to the tube. Where is our tube? Here is the tube. Let's make the tube 440, 400. The middle is 420, so that means our rectangle has to be 840. Yeah, 840. Yeah, perfect. And now it should look a little better. We have more space here in between. Yeah, because we need some knob here, so where this guy comes in. Here I will, for this bigger one, I will use the volume builder. So I make a small cylinder. Cylinder. Say a 15 radius, 50 E for moving, and move it up here to somewhere like here. So this 400 up. Make this necessary. We don't want to make a second one. So symmetry. And the symmetry should work. Not an X, Y. Should see the second one. Maybe I should bring it in. So okay, it works. We are prime here. Now let's bring this tube and the symmetry in the volume builder. So volume builder, you need first the builder, then the mesher. Tube is already inside. Two or so. Then bring the symmetry inside. So now it's one object, you see. Let's go to the builder and bring here. Smoothing. Let's do it too smooth. Maybe let's put one here. Yeah, that looks better. And of course I want a hole in here, so that means I subtract the cylinder here. So I have this cylinder. Volume builder, I drag in the cylinder as a child. See, it says a link and subtract it. So now I want this a little more prominent, a little bigger. So go to my volume builder here, create a folder, bring the cylinder in a folder, subtract this and open above the cylinder, bring in a dialect and a road. See? Two or so. And now that looks much prominent, much more prominent. Should work on the other side as well, yes, it does. And this, here we need holes inside. So why is this guy not round? Tell me why. Rounding is a 0, huh? 25 we want here. Good. Save. Now we need to subtract the sweep as well. So I go to the volume builder and I bring it in the same folder as the cylinder because I want the hole a little bigger as well. So bring the sweep here. this is fine like this. This is done. It's ready to go. So we can see, maybe we can remesh this so that we get a nice thing out of here. Remesher and and wait a little bit because this is a right dense mesh. You see it a little left down here. If it works or not. At the beginning it needs a little bit, but then it goes faster. So that looks very nice. I could go down to 5%, but I like it like it looks because I don't have to work anything. It's perfect. I totally like this image and query to object. Disable this whole thing here. I need nothing of it. So and in this ring. So and now we bring everything in. Can you read this? We bring everything in one null so that we can rotate the null and everything rotates with it. So first of all, I bring it all together. Yes. I don't need this remesh. This was just. I'm sure I don't need it. Let's see if it works now. Everything should work. Yeah. But when I delete this remesh, we can delete it. We can bring it back if it doesn't. Because on my original I did this, I deleted it, and then I had the problem that the constraints was linked to the to the volume builder things and to the things the remesh things. But here everything is okay. We don't come too close to here. We don't intersect, or do we? No, that's woo. That's exactly perfect. Save. Now, yeah, everything in a null. So I make a null. Boom. And name it, yeah, ring. Yeah, you know what I mean. So everything in this null. That means when I rotate this null, everything should rotate with it. And it does. Good. Let's animate this. So I want in counter clockwise, not counter clockwise. This I have to go in minus direction. So make a keyframe. On the last frame, I go to 360. And I want a linear movement because I wanted this loop. So why goes it in a different direction? So I said I have to go to minus. Ah, this is what I want. That works great. Now we have this. Now we need a second tube here. So we know this tube has a radius of 420. We have the outside 440, inside 400, 420. So we need we make the same tube but half as big. So we need a tube which has 420 to 10. So let's make a tube. Tube. So let's see. I want the tube. So 40 here. Okay. That means 210, 20 up is the outer radius, is 230, and 190 this. So now we have exactly the half of the bigger one. And here, let's take 100 as well. So now we bring this down. E for the move tool, of course, and drag it down so that first it should go to here. Now I bring this upper guy here to here because I want to intersect with this, but I don't want to go over it. So I want to go so until the where the hole starts. So we are here at let's say minus 660. Let's go to minus 660. Okay, this is a nice number. It should work. Good, save. This tube I want higher, so the height. Let's say 150 now. 160. Maybe even think 180. So 180 seems fine. Then I need more subdivisions because I want to work here with a deformer. So height segment. Yeah, let's say 15, and I want some more segments here. 120 should be fine. I try to get something like real quads here, so that looks fine. And now, under this tube, we bring in a collision deformer. Collision deformer. So I said child, of course. Here in the colliders, we bring in our ring here. This guy. Boop, boop, boop. And you see, that looks not bad, but it intersects outside. And we have this nice dent here, this softness. Because we need here round edges, so go to the fillet here. Round edges, we can even make this a little bigger. So that looks nice and soft. Look, it looks really nice. Safe. And this guy has to rotate in the opposite direction and twice as fast because we have here the bigger one and the smaller one has to rotate faster, twice the fast with the half size of this. So that means I go to the YouTube here, coordinates, this guy here. That it looks a little silly as now but in the animation it works perfect. Make a keyframe on frame 0. So I buy a keyframe, go back to frame 0. Now I make a keyframe. And now in the positive direction we have minus 360 here. So I go on the last frame to 720 plus. Make a keyframe. So and this works perfectly. You see the dent here, this dented thing works perfect. We don't have any problems with it. Let's make here a material so that we see it a little better. Let's go to Euch, surface checkerboard. 4x4 should be fine. Bring one on the tube and one on the ring. And now that looks perfect. The last thing I did, I made here something like a socket in the original one. So let's make this socket. To make this everything rotated then together in the heading direction, you simply put everything in a new nile and rotate this nile. So yeah, here then we'll just make a copy of this cube. Don't need anything. This is just dummy. So I need another cylinder. This is the socket. Bring it down to somewhere like here. Let's say. Make the radius bigger. Should be fine. 400. So we don't see this because this comes later on. We have something like this here later. So let's make here something like this. Yeah, it does matter. Then I make a camera here. Then I bring this dummy tube here and the socket in a volume builder. Okay. And I simply socket here. Two or so. Let's hide this for the moment. And here, of course, the tube should be subtracted. I have this guy here. Make the tube here again in a folder. Subtract. Dilate and arrow. So that we get a little bigger one. Then we go to this tube. And you see this, that looks of course nice. So this way. Smoothing. So now it looks nice and this should look nice as well. Yeah. Save. Play. And we have the whole animation done. Yeah, as I said, if you want the project file, it's on Patreon for download. And there is a lot of project files. I think it's at the moment it's about 400 project files or something. I don't know really, but it's a lot to download. So not only project files, there are also scripts and things and texture packages and all what I do. So okay. I hope you like this one. Sorry for the sound. I really forgot to put it on to put the microphone on my T-shirt. I hope I can do here something in the post work to make this to shape this. As I said, this I made two metal materials. I think. Yeah, yeah. We see it on where is the original one. The gold material and the chromium material, and here tiles thing, rough, and yeah, and here a cloth thing. So if I wanted, I said download it on Patreon. Oh, we got here put everything on here, so now we have. Yeah, don't see it here, but it works. It's subdivided, and it should not make any problems in the speed here. No, because there are not really dynamics in here, so this is all keyframe. I really like this one. And here we had like that we don't intersect here. Good. Okay. This was planned for weekend, but so on weekend it will become something different, of course. Maybe before weekend, I cannot promise. It's just how I get my project in, how I get my jobs, and yeah, so I can do whatever you want. And you see, as a patron, the chance is much bigger to have a tutorial soon. Maybe it's one reason to be a patron. Thanks to all my followers here on YouTube, and special thanks again to all my patrons. It's really nice. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't say it too often, but I don't have a lot of patrons. But the patrons I have, they are mostly long-time patrons, and they're really loyal. So they are great. Good. So, nothing. If you have any questions, complaints, requests, please let me know wherever you want, so I find your question. And that's it for today. Yep. So I wish you all the best here from Austria, Vienna, and tschüss und baba.